take us inside the room. What was the feeling? Just because we've obviously watched the crypto ball and everything else, but there seems to be a full-on sea change, or at least it seems that way in Washington about your world.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the dawn of a new day for crypto, and the energy was just palpable throughout the room. You have to remember, I mean, the last 4 years, we really felt like we were being attacked by this administration, and they tried to weaponize the lack of clarity in the rules to, really push back even on the good actors, right? There were some bad actors too, to be fair, but they even really tried to go after the good actors, I think, like us. So the industry is just ready for this new change. They're ready for clear rules, and that's our big push next, is to try to go get some legislation passed in the U.S. to make it even more clear.
Payments with stablecoins are on a tear. They grew about 300% year over year. In 2024, they did about $30 trillion in payment volume, with USDC as a major player there, for instance. And, I'd say about half of the Fortune 500 has some sort of pilot going in crypto. I mean, the largest financial service firms in the world, every fintech, many of the neobanks are all integrating crypto. So this is a technology that's going to update the financial system globally, make it faster, cheaper, more efficient. And it's the long-term impact of this is that it's actually going to increase economic freedom in the world.
A lot of the euphoria in stock markets is really about that AI lets them use less labor. This is the stock markets win, the companies win, labor loses. Trump, wants a weaker dollar. I think magically it's going to happen. I've written about this, even though he's not going to have caused it.
We are very pleased that President Trump will join us, as I said, in his first week as president, live in Davos and in dialogue with CEOs.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin flat, been trading around in the same range after hitting those all-time highs and pulling back. But right now we do have altcoins pulling back overall. Now we have Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy buys more Bitcoin, 11,000 for 1.1 billion. And we know he's been the spokesperson. And when you see MicroStrategy, you should see Morgan Stanley and BlackRock. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now pulling back. We also have the dollar pulling back, and we know that's great for markets. But then on top of it, guys, this week we have the BOJ, and then next week we have the Fed. So these next 2 weeks, we will definitely be on a roller coaster ride. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, we have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $118 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And now we have Trump in office, and we know he wants lower rates and a weak dollar. He wants to bring us to a level playing field. And with the rise of these digital currencies, artificial intelligence, that will enable the emerging markets to rise. And they are definitely getting off the dollar. And that's the reason why tokenization is so important. And these stable coins are programmable. They're the same foundation we have right now, just digital dollars, but they can tell you what, when, and how to buy. And part of getting us to that level playing field is cutting the government spending. And we have Doge launches website using Dogecoin as its avatar. And they have Elon as the front man in charge of Doge, even though we know Doge has been planned a long time ago, and Elon has nothing to do with it. He's just the spokesperson. As they're getting rid of a lot of this government spending, they're going to bring in all this technology, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now are down. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Bank of America CEO says that financial industry is ready to adopt crypto payments if regulators give the green light. And we know the big banks and big corporations are already using this technology. And when we go to the Constitution, CBDCs and stablecoins are illegal. They just need the politicians to write it in. We know how the NWO does. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Coinbase. Brian Armstrong says crypto could see new rules in the U.S. under Trump as legislation and Congress may unlock major investment. And again, this new financial system is illegal inside the United States. Of course, Europe has already wrote it in. Now they're just waiting for the United States. It's just going to be the same system we have right now. They're just going to put the digital economy on top of it. Just attaching that wallet to your bank account, and you will never know you're using crypto. Remember, they have to make it seamless before they bring it to the masses. They don't want you to understand the technology. Then you'll be able to take advantage of it also. They just want you to click and keep it moving. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, we didn't get any mention from Trump when it comes to crypto because they don't want the world to understand where this economy is moving. People don't understand that. That inauguration is on a world stage. But basically, if he has a little interview, a little press meeting, of course, then he can bring it up because his sheet won't be looking. Everybody was looking yesterday. But me personally, I don't see any type of executive order for a Bitcoin reserve. But we don't need any executive order in order to bring in this technology. Congress already has the bills going through in order to make these stable coins a part of the economy. And we already have rules on the books when it comes to the utility of these cryptos. And that's the reason why we have banks already using the technology. But one thing we did see is Trump made billions in a few days. Never forget, he works for the banks, and they make sure that he has the heels on strutting. He's been selling the whole time that he's been talking about crypto. And never forget, Bitcoin and crypto was supposed to get rid of the big banks and the politicians. But where are we at right now? The big banks and the politicians are controlling Bitcoin and crypto. You can't make this stuff up. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.